Tuesday, January 22nd. Hello everyone. In yesterday's garden update, I showed you my indoor seed starting setup, and today I'm going to be starting some seeds for outdoors and indoors, meaning we're at a time where it's warm enough where I can put the pots outside for them to get sunlight and the warmth, but then at the same time I need to bring them indoors when it's nighttime because it's a little bit too cold. And then the next step in later will be that we can start them all outside and leave them all outside. So we have some different containers that we use, like these reuse starter packs from plants that you purchase from a nursery. Today I'm going to show you my favorite type of pots for starting plants outside, and it's going to be these 3.5-inch square pots that are shallow, and I got these from Greenhouse Megastore. I found that the really deep pots, there's not enough airflow, and so we have issues with that. So this is a good ratio between the width and the depth. So I have in here some garden soil, and by garden soil I mean this is soil that we built from dirt, and we grew this. There were plants growing in there, so this is what I call aged soil. So I filled the soil's not really wet and not really dry, so this is a really good workable consistency. We can fill our containers up pretty quickly. So after I filled up the containers, they look like this, and what I like to do is now water them in to get them nice and wet. So I got the hose here. Let's do that. So I give it a good soaking, let all that water penetrate through. The next step I would do is I would get some coconut coir, and let's see if I have some around here. So I get the coconut coir, and I buy them in these blocks, and I hydrate them ideally with rainwater. We don't want the extra salt that our groundwater has. And I would give it about, I would say maybe a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, but less than an inch layer. So we just want a lining that's going to retain moisture, and it's going to be light so that our shallot seeds can poke through. So the two varieties that I'm starting are going to be Zebrun shallot. These are banana type shallots, and then the other variety is conserver shallot, and those are your round kind of Holland type of shallots. They grow best when I start the seeds in March, but I'm gonna grow some for an early harvest. We'll see how much shallots we get. And in this 3.5-inch container, I'm planning for 5 plants each. So my idea is to grow these as transplants, and instead of separating them out into individual plants, I'm gonna take the whole pot out and put it in the ground. So my idea is to put 1 shallot here on the corners, and then 1 in the middle. So when we plant them out, we have 5 plants that are ready, and then it's just kind of like when you're doing tiling. You just set it in the garden, and then the spacing will be proper. So you get, if you can imagine, there'll be a shallot here, 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 here. So in other words, we're working out the spacing by sowing the plants accordingly now. So hopefully we get germination where we need them. Sometimes the clustering can result in certain spots being bare, even though you put like 5 seeds in that spot. So I'm gonna put a few seeds, thin out, and hopefully we get the spacing that we're aiming for. So this is some behind the scenes that I'm hoping to share more of this year, as opposed to just garden updates to show the plants that are already growing, like the potato over here. So all right, until the next video, see you and have a nice day.